Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Wildcards Day 2 of the Season 10 NHBL Finals. We've come a long, long way. And now, with 4 more heavy boxers, we'll progress through to the next round, while 4 more will kiss their NHBL glory days goodbye. Which is really sad when you think about it. Oh, well, I'm joined here by my lovely, trusty friend, Radovan. How you doing? How are you
Good
doing
evening.
tonight?
I'm doing pretty fine. I really expected to witness some awesome action on the ring tonight that I'm really excited about.
Indeed, indeed. I am just as excited as you because, god damn it, have we got some fantastic matches coming up for you. The first match will be Metro and Cooper King, followed closely by TD and Oni. We'll talk about these two first. So, Metro here going up against Cooper King. It's old guard versus new guard. We've seen it all before. You know, Metro has been here since season 2 now. It feels like forever that he's been here. And Cooper King, he's doing pretty well for himself this season. Granted, he's doing pretty well for himself this season. But do you think that Cooper King has what it takes to upset the big dog here today?
Hard to tell. Both of them have some visible qualities that they may have tried to apply in the ring, but more or less it will all be shown outcome in the ring because well, it will all show down on the ring. But what I wanted to see is that Metro, he's already like a veteran. He has some. He's truly he has some tricks up his sleeves, trying to pull it out like an ace and do whatever he can to win this battle.
Indeed, indeed. The last time, though, that Metro fought, he won against only 2-1, which I think was actually a pretty close match. This is Metro. It is Metro here. 2-1 win against Oni, and then losing 0-3 to Dizzy in the scrap WTF Battle Royale, which was, I'd say, not the best result, really. But, and this is a big but here, according to my rankings, Cooper King has not boxed since the Boxing Day Classic, which may or may not be true. But that's what it says on the ranking thing right here, my database. So it might be close. Maybe lack of form versus lack of playing. Maybe, I'm not sure.
It will also, if according to your ranking system, yeah, it might put him into a disadvantage, but I don't think that his kind of like training schedule is only dependent on the matches. He probably trains a lot outside of the NHBL, like with friends or something. So he might also take some of those some of those aces from under his sleeves, and he's going to also show us some maybe new tricks that he has never used before, just to I don't know beat Metro, but yeah, we're all going to wait for it in the boxing ring down below.
Pretty, very, very nice. Now, the next match after that is TD versus Oni. Both of these two are interesting, to say the least. TD and Oni are quite. I mean, I don't want to. I don't. They haven't had the best record, but here's the thing. The TD the Paradox has actually beaten Oni once before, 2-1 in the first round of the Fisticuffs, which was a long time ago. That was back in February. So, it's like, oh, we kind of compare these, but it's like, eh. So, but both of these two have not had exactly the best record compared to some other guys here. And also, Clay has just informed me there's dropout fill-ins for both Teddy and Elgato, which is interesting. So, what? Just sum it up quickly so we can get the pace going here. What do you expect out of this match? I expect it to be pretty close. So.
Well, for the first time, firstly, the match between TD and Oni, both of them don't have really, as you have said already, they don't really have a very good record. But I think that Oni should go for that vendetta from the last time from 50 Cuffs. He probably would go for it, but I don't really know him that much. So maybe he'll also show something new. Maybe TD is going to like try to defend his title, trying to defend his win from last time, and yeah, go on. And the next one is against Fluffy Teddy Bear against
The next match after that is Dizzy and Spartan, which is going to be very strange because Dizzy is interesting. He came into the season quite late, if I remember correctly, and he has actually done some decent stuff. Like he had a backyard brawl match. He lost against Bax 2-0, which was, I mean, Bax was actually doing pretty good at the time, so I don't blame him there. And then European Finals came and went, which was a very close match in semis. I think it was. I think it was quarters, where he lost against Bright Boy, and then he came along in the Battle Royale, went to the Grand Finals, and put up a 2-6 scoreline. Dizzy has done weirdly well for himself here. Do you reckon?
Indeed, like what I have seen from streams, and I think I was once commentating during his match. From what I can remember, or at least I don't know, but I have seen also in streams, he really knows how to do this like kind of like movement. He tries to run around all around the match, all around the ring, trying to kind of like confuse the opponent. But well, we just might get also surprised as well because I mean it is already like the second day of the wild card, so we might not even what how can I say it? We might be surprised what else they can pull up from their from down on their sleeves. No, and about what was the other one again?
With Spartan, see, it's like, see, I believe that Dizzy can do this, but he's going up against Spartan. That's a mountain to climb. Now, admittedly, Spartan has had a bit of a rough patch recently, losing in first round to White Russian Bear 2-1, then losing out to Bright Boy 2-1. But then again, it's White Russian Bear and Bright Boy. Both of them have done fantastically well this season. But now Spartan has a chance now to gun it straight to that grand final instantly. So, can Dizzy stop this? I am going to say maybe, but what do you reckon?
I reckon that yeah, I reckon that Dizzy will be able to stop Spartan's rampage and kind of secure the victory for himself.
Finally, here.
I'm not placing all bets on him, but I'm gonna let myself get surprised.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be close. Also, Spartan's match against Bright Boy. Spartan's match against White Russian Bear. A dream match. Now, final match of the first round here will be Bright Boy versus Angus Beef. Angus Beef has surprised me this season. I think a Fight Night rookie, if I remember correctly. He's done decently well for himself, getting some very high profile kind of wins against the likes of Bright Boy, Danger Boy, and Rage Will a couple of times. So he's pretty good so far. I mean, that 3-0 win against him, against Bright Boy, in the Battle Royale was definitely a surprise. I remember that. So maybe Angus Beef, and this is the rematch. This is the rematch from that quarter final between the two. I reckon Bright Boy's out for revenge. I reckon Bright Boy is definitely out for revenge.
Definitely, I also see it as that it's also a definitive. But about Bright Boy, he already has already shown off some amazing qualities from back in the day. Like he also has some great movement. He also can connect punches well. He's well trained overall. So I think it might be a win on his side.
Our first match, then. We're getting straight into our match here. Sorry for the janky cutaway there, but it's going to be Metro and Cooper King. Now, this will be an interesting one. See, Metro is the veteran, Cooper King, the Fight Night veteran, weirdly enough. I really wish I was around for more Fight Nights. I really that's one of my biggest regrets, honestly, is that I didn't attend more Fight Nights, but hell, maybe this will be a chance for Cooper to flex his muscles for me, because I haven't seen him in a while.
Indeed, he has proven some right reflex on connecting these punches. Metro, on the other hand, was trying to get that movement from on the back of the stage, trying to like maybe get a good angle on him, but it didn't really go out well according to his plans, and Koopa King took the advantage. beat him up with only like 4 punches. Nearly all of them connect, only 1 miss, and it's pretty solid for the first round of the warm-ups.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens when during these warm-ups. It's a good time, to kind of dissect the play styles of these guys. Metro is cautious. He's like how Retro used to be. The very sort of cautious but opportunistic boxer. He doesn't necessarily fluff his hits. Cooper King, from what I have seen, I might be wrong, and correct me if I am, people on the server and in the chat. He seems to be kind of like the more aggressive out of the two, in the sense that he wants to affirm his ground quite a bit. So that'll be interesting to see. The passiveness versus the affirmativeness. It'll be interesting to see.
On the second round of the warm-up rounds, we could have seen how Metro was taking this kind of aggressive approach, trying to push him into the side of the ring. But I don't think that this is going to be his definitive strategy. He probably has something really, really tightening, something amazing from under the sleeve. Look like how cautious he's trying to bait him in on the other side on the second round, on the second half of the ring, trying to get inside, and well, nearly all of the punches connect.
Round number 1. God, it's good. God, it's good to be back in the play-by-play seat. Both of these two tentative to start. Neither one of them wanting to make the first aggression. Metro does. And that's put Cooper King all out of sorts here. He's trying to flail punches back, but Metro keeps the aggression on, poised as you like. Brilliant first punch there from Metro.
Indeed it was. Trying to go like this kind of like baiting strategy, then go completely aggressive while Cooper King was trying to take his position on the other half of the boxing ring, trying to like absorb as much punches as he can, but it didn't really work out for him, and Metro got the final blow. Most of his punches were connected, only one I think missed, which is quite honestly it is quite honestly good. I mean, he won the first round.
Will Metro's lead be tied? We'll have to wait and see. Cooper King immediately out of the gate, and Metro missed that first punch. All Cooper King has to do is pressure him some more. Brilliant gator roll kind of strategy there from Cooper King. Surprising.
I think indeed. First on the first round, all of his punches were connected. Then he kind of like flailed these punches into the air, trying to hit. Was mostly only hitting air, and Cooper King took the advantage when he was turned around by the side, took him from the back, from the side, and connect most of his punches. I mean, 2 were misses, but he kind of got this on his win.
Round number 3 here. And now, look at the change up in strategy. Cooper's biding so much time. Immediately lurches out of that corner. Both of them very good punch. Cooper has the swing advantage and brings it to 2-1 up for himself. Brilliant, brilliant pacing.
Metro trying to bait him into his side of the ring. Cooper King didn't really fall for that. He stood on his half of the ring on his blue side, while both of them were initially trading punches on the first time, but Cooper King took the advantage when Metro hit the air for like once for the third punch and secured his victory for him.
Do or die now for Metro. One of the most experienced boxer in NHBL history. Cooper King immediately out there with the punches. Should it end like this? Oh, Cooper King misses the last punch! Oh my God, that was so close. But you saw how close that was.
Indeed it was. Cooper King trying to go on a more aggressive approach, and Metro took the advantage from what I have seen. He tried to like hit him from the side, but it didn't really matter. But it didn't really connect because Metro at that time turned around, hit him from the back instead, and then made it up to a tie, 2-2.
Will the Frenchman make it through, or will America strike again? Cooper King immediately out on the aggression. Metro biding time. He misses a punch though. He's down 2. He's gone! Oh, the misreads and the mishits. It started with 1, it ended with 2. Cooper King takes it 3-2.
Those air hittings were completely not gonna say sad, but they were quite frustrating because two of those hits didn't really connect. He was hitting air. Koopa King took the advantage and traded punches with him instead. But at that moment, at the middle, he kind of like tried to. Both of them were trying to get that baiting tactics, and then they switched rapidly into the aggressive mode. Didn't really work out for Metro, and Koopa King won 3-2.
Next match is going to be TD the Paradox versus Oni, with the winner facing Met in the quarters. Now, this is interesting because the last time that they met, Oni lost to TD. The Paradox 2-1 in the first round. TD is 19th seed according to the Clicker rankings, which that's not terrible. It's up there, you see. But Oni and TD not having too much experience. Do you reckon the pressure is on them? I think the pressure's on them.
And they did one. Look at him. Look at TD trying to.
He's going into the Matrix.
Oh my god, look at TD trying to get that laggy baiting into his Sang, but Oni didn't really fall for the baiting tactic and trying to get into his into his part of the ring, where he executed pretty well. I mean, they traded punches pretty fairly.
TD bringing out the lag baits, the never before seen strategy in NHBL history, you know? Like that is just something. Yeah, that is his internet. It's as best as it's gonna get, so hopefully it holds out strong here. So we might as well take a look at both of these two's records. TD's only win was against Oni. In fact, actually, I've just seen something very interesting. In the Backyard Brawl, they have fought against each other, right? Their first match was not fisticuffs. It was actually in the Backyard Brawl first round, and Oni beat TD 2-0, which means that they are 1-1 against each other.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Well, TDI doing a little bit of that lacking movement. I mean, it's quite understandable because he is from 400 ping. A bit bad, but quite understandable. He doesn't really need to connect. He isn't about to connect those punches, but only taking over the disadvantage by trying to
do something. Wow, look, whoa.
Look at that.
Yeah, Spogo said in the chat just now, just to update the audience, he said, quote, if it keeps up like this, I'm not letting this match go on. I don't know what exactly that... I mean, actually, you know what? They waited until TD stopped lagging. Gentleman's agreement. I like it. I like it a lot. Only cleans up that round, though. Very aggressive out of TD. Trying to make up for the lag, possibly. We'll see what happens. We'll get a ruling.
Warm-up rounds are already over, and then it goes for Oni as a win. Now we're going to see what happens in the actual match. I'm very interested. Now that TDI has a normal ping of 36.
I'm not even going to curse the commentator. Here we go. Round number 1 between the two most wildcard fights in the world. TD is having an episode. Well, look at him go. He's a Warudo. There he is. He's back now, I think, hopefully. Here we go. Both of them not in the one inch. They trade their first blow. Oni gets overzealous with that first punch, and he is just being destroyed by TD. But that is the returning punch in time. Oh, Jesus Christ. The amount of punches being missed here. What happened? He was 2 punches up. How?
That was a very interesting turn of events. TD now with a normal ping tried to come back, tried to secure this win, but it really didn't matter because both of them were trying to get like this baiting strategy. Oni, on the other hand, was playing completely passively, trying to bait him to his quadron, making him kind of like lose all of his punches, and it really did. And it really did happen quite on TD's Oni's favor, making him the first winner 1-0.
Round number 2. That was a surprising opener. Let's see if it can happen again. TD is just dancing in the middle of the ring. They're both staring very, very aggressively. What's going to happen?
Standing there menacingly.
They're standing there. They're standing. Here we go. First punches trade. Only going aggressive on that side of the ring. And that was the longest range I have ever seen. Wowie. But Only. Okay, he's not going to pull the 3-punch comeback. Jesus. That's incredible.
Now
that was...
Those were like interesting strategies at the beginning. We had TDI trying to play statues with Oni for like quite a while, but they managed to trade their first punches. Then the second and third, Oni kind of lost, like was trying to hit air, didn't really hit that punch on TD, but TD took the advantage of him turning on the side, securing the victory. Now it's a tie 1-on-1.
Fight to the death.
Alrighty, look at Oni go. He's running around the ring. It's round number 3. Both boxers quite just kind of passive here. Oni charges in and misses a first punch onto TD, but he returns it back. And look at this from Oni. He does miss another punch though. And look at TD's lag. Ooh. I assume we're fixed. He charges forwards and baits him in perfectly. TD, I think, is up 2-1.
TD breaking up the tie to 1-2-1. Now, first of all, they were keeping both their distance, trying to like bait each other to the center, or at least to their half of the ring where they were currently standing. But now we can see that Oni again was hitting air for a few punches, while Oni was hitting air for a few punches, and TD took the advantage, hit him from the side, and secured the victory, breaking the tie on 2-1.
Round number 4. TD only has one more round to clean up, and then he's through to face Meh in the quarterfinals. They're both standing there, menacingly. And TD wants to walk around a little bit more Oni. Just being smart about this, biding his time, and TD getting overzealous with that punch there. Believe me, staff tournament, you know, I was overzealous with my punches. Cost me a lot of ground. Let's hope it doesn't happen here. Oni and TD trading blows again in the corner. Again, another trading of blows in the corner. They are both they're both just waiting. They're just standing there menacingly. Oh, and TD is teleporting around. He's an Enderman. Look at him go. And here we go. We're back on this. So here we go. Charging out of TD. Getting another hit on, but it's another tied punch. It's sudden death. Can TD pull it off? Can he do it? He can! TD pulls it off, and that was the strangest match I think I've ever seen, but it doesn't matter. TD breaks the tie and defeats Oni in the grudge match of ages. True.
It was truly a match of patience, both of them keeping their distance. TD completely looking vicious at Oni, trying to hit those punches from the side, while Oni was trying to hit punches on TD directly. Didn't really work out for him. TD miraculously lost the warm-up round and completely destroyed the real rounds. 3-1, an amazing comeback.
Fight.
Oh. He's Fedora, right? He's very good at speaking. He said, like, anyway, welcome back to the second half of rounds here of the first round of the NHBL Finals. We've got Spartan versus Dizzy. 2 tenured boxers. He's dead. 2 tenured boxers in their own right ran Donovan here. I mean, we've got Spartan, who is one of, if not the best American boxer that's ever graced our shores. And Dizzy, one of the most surprising underdog stories of season 8, and season 9. So this is good. This is kind of a clash for the ages, considering that neither of them have actually met before this season.
Not really, because Dizzy is quite of a new guy, while Spartan has some of that history behind his back, going into the ring, completely aggressively, hitting most of his shots,
This is the gator roll we're on about, you see. See, the gator roll is...
Well, that didn't work out very well for
Good lord.
Spartan. Dizzy trying to hit him from the
Dizzy just said full on no to that. Yeah, Spartan.
Yeah, indeed.
in case you don't know, Spartan trademarked the Gator roll, and he put a copyright and a rights reserved on it. If you wanted to type out Gator roll, you would have to put a C, an R, and a TM at the end of the word, which means anyone who ever uses it has to pay royalties. And on top of that, Spartan is very good at it. I don't know if you know this, but he's actually very good at it because, you know, he's one of the benefactors. He's one of the main people that uses the move. But aside from that, though, aside from the moves that he can pull, these two haven't met this season. It's going to be interesting to see how they read each other, because they're both good at it. It's just going to be interesting, because there's going to be a wide variety of tactics involved, I reckon.
Look at those punches trying to trade for the first few seconds, and then Dizzy secured the victory for the warm-up rounds, 3-0. Well, the first time it wasn't very dead. I mean, Spartan suicided, but
you know, these warm-up rounds are actually kind of interesting to me because Dizzy is actually being quite cautious with this. So we'll see how that translates. I think the warm-up rounds are... No, we've got one more warm-up round, so that's good.
Yeah, because he had the wrong gloves. He had the...
Yeah.
So... running urgently, I think.
Now, no, this isn't to do with the analysis of this match. I have literally run out of talking points. So, which brother do we prefer here? Do we prefer the Wario or the Waluigi? Because they're both beloved by many.
I will gonna have to say for the Wario.
I am actually a Wario guy because he's just so like Waluigi is a funny man. He's a handsome man and he's a funny man. But Wario has a bike and he can like fart. Sure, we'll go with that. Yes. Personally, Wario is cool and Waluigi is also pretty cool as well. The first round of the long-awaited, probably, matchup between two of the continent's best, and Dizzy immediately charges out of the way, and Spartan timing his hits perfectly. Dizzy got too big for his boots, and Wallace Booty puts him down for the 1-0 start.
While Dizzy was mastering the warm-up round, Spartan has truly shown that he is owning the real rounds, making up the 1-0 against Dizzy. Now, the punches were a bit more, well, more or less where they're hitting air, but most of the punches were connecting, mainly in the middle grounds between the two.
It's Waru and Wawugi. Here we go. And Dizzy is just standing in the middle of the ring. And they both trade, but wow, good mind read. But Spartan again just has the movement, manages to dodge out of the way of Dizzy's punches. But Dizzy manages to return one in time. But Dizzy misses another one onto Spartan. And Spartan takes it 2-0. Just a lot of things. Oh, wait. We have a dispute request from Dizzy in the chat claiming, quote, I got 2 phantoms, LOL.
After review, the dispute will not be going through. There may have been some phantoms on the client side, but on the server end, it was out of the way for most of the punches. So
Dizzy has got to get a mountain of a comeback standing in his way. The one man who could potentially take it all. Dizzy charges forward, meeting Spartan halfway. He's got a good gator roll going here, and he cleans it up in perfect style. Absolutely.
Now we can say
stuff.
it's an early comeback yet, but
I will do my best.
man, Dizzy showing off these caught Spartan unaware, trying to go straight rushed at him, full on Rambo mode, completely like started to punch him from the sides, from the back, from the front, from the sides, eventually sieging it to 2-on-1 against Spartan.
Well, that's got off to a good start for Dizzy, but can he repeat it? Spartan charging forward. Oh, he has the swing advantage. Can Dizzy do anything to stop this? No, he can't. Waluigi is getting into smash, and Spartan passes over, goes to the
You did very well, Waluigi.
Now that is pretty expected turn of events. It's now on 3-on-1, but I really hope that Dizzy could have like pushed it up to a tie, but apparently it was too much on him. Spartan securing it 3-on-1 with those back and side kicks of his. All the punches were connecting. Maybe only one who hit the air, but all of them were mostly just clean. And congratulations, Spartan, on winning this one match against Dizzy for the first time in NHBL history.
I'll win it for you,
Fantastic match.
Okie-dokie, do it
Winner
for
faces
me.
Comfy Len in the quarterfinals, which is going to be
Yeah.
Spartan versus Comfy Len. Really?
Hey, by the way,
Actually?
make some sick outros.
Wow, that's this quarterfinal match. I'm really sad now. That should be grand finals. Anyway, our fourth and final match tonight is Angus Beef versus Bright Boy, the rematch, so to speak. Look at the monkey. Bright Boy has come prepared here, and Angus, well, he just looks like a bit of a nerd. Tee-hee. I mean that in... I'm only joking, Angus. You're cool. So, can Angus pull this off again? Well, Bright Boy is definitely... I mean, if you're gonna pull off a 2-0... I don't think it's going to be against Bright Boy, but you never know. You never know with these things.
We got two Titans clashing against each other in this warm-up round. We got Bright Boy trying to bait him into the corner, but as you can see, Angus Beef trying to take his distance, trying to sit around the edges, and he got himself knocked out by the Beast Monkey.
Beast Monkey. It's it'll be an interesting match to see. I think... From my perspective, I think Bright Boy has definitely got a lot of movement to his side. He's very mechanical. I would make a CS:GO comp analogy, but half the people here probably wouldn't get it. So instead, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to talk. Yeah, Bright Boy has got a lot of mechanical movement, and for what I've seen, he's definitely quite good at it. Angus, underdog of the season. You know, he's in my opinion, one of the best underdogs this season. He's definitely got what it takes. But it's going to be very, very, very tough for him to kind of do things here. I don't know. It's going to be like just freshness, like the sort of new strategies coming in that might catch Bright Boy off guard versus how well Bright Boy can move. That's pretty much what this comes down to, in my opinion, at least. It's going to be interesting to see.
Indeed, Bright Boy trying to pioneer some of his old tactics. Right there, most of the punches were kind of baited. Some of them were completely aggressive. But at the end, he got that set 1-2-0 on warm-up rounds. And it was actually... I don't know, maybe he's going to change up his tactics. But I hope he will.
We'll see. We will definitely see. These warm-ups are looking pretty interesting already there. With both of them seemingly sniffing at each other's boots, trying to figure out what the other one, you know, you tend to spot trends with warm-up rounds, and especially as matches go on. Round number 1 here, and both of them are dancing around the center of the ring. Bright Boy makes the first punch and lands the second one as well. Angus is in deep trouble. He's pinned up against these ropes. There's nowhere to go, and he misses that last punch as well. And that was just Bright Boy knowing how to hand him into a corner, it seems.
Indeed. All of them were beautifully connected. Bright Boy taking all of the punches were connecting. Though Angus Beef trying to bait him into the corners, or at least on the fences of the ring, trying to get a better advantage of him, trying to go from up front or from the sides. But Bright Boy kind of pushed the situation onto his side, getting him from the backs and on the sides, securing him the 1-0 against Angus Beef.
Round number 2, and Angus, again, he's pinning himself up against the back of the ropes. Maybe this is a good thing for him. Bright Boy is getting overzealous with a couple of these punches here. Perhaps he could kind of do that, but Angus actually missed a punch, and Bright Boy just capitalizes just like that. It's just simple as that. One mistake, and it's the movement. It's the movement, I'm telling you now. Bright Boy is really good at dancing.
And he got that. Trying to dance like the waltz in the middle of the ring, getting all of his punches connected while Angus Beef trying to struggle at least to hit one. I mean, he hit already 2 punches maybe, but the rest were just hitting air. Bright Boy, on the other hand, I guess, well, not I guess, he secured a victory for him. 2-0 against Angus Beef.
It seems like Angus Beef is going to have to try and do something very different here, but he misses another punch again, and another punch, and a third punch. Oh, lordy Lou. Bright Boy. All Bright Boy has to do now is just cover it. Oh, he put out his cover. Doesn't matter. Oh, just absolute pounding by Bright Boy, making Angus look like chump. Brilliant, brilliant match, and Bright Boy takes it 3-0. He faces Luna Raven in the quarterfinals.
And that was a very interesting match. Bright Boy completely smashing up the opponent. Most of them were just, at the first, they were just hitting air, but then later, the punches started to connect. And you could see that Bright Boy was taking more of a passive approach while Angus Beef was struggling to get at least some of those punches connected, making him lose the round. 3-0, flawless victory for Angus Beef. Bright Boy.
Now, I suppose, Feds, we will now turn it over to Mr. Disco DJ for... Yes. So now, currently here within the server is a good friend of ours, Disco DJ. Everybody here in the arena tonight. So here to give his end the line speech is the one and only head of officiating, Disco DJ. Give it up, everybody.
I do find it amusing that I can walk into the center of a ring, knock boxers' heads around and bark rules, but I can't stand on a virtual stage and talk off the top of my head. Though, really, speeches have never been my area of expertise, and I'm gonna blame myself for having too much to say and no foundation to fall back on, since there's been a lot of history between me and the league since I've been here since it started. Because 10 years. I'm sure it's starting to sound like a broken record, but it's hard to believe that it's been that long. It was 10 years ago I first started playing Team Fortress 2. I'd never played on an FPS on PC before then, and I have to admit, I do like a mouse and keyboard over a controller. After rummaging about on Valve servers, I mean, who remembers those at this point? I ended up finding about community servers, and found myself enjoying those more than playing the game quote-unquote normally. There was one server in particular I began to return to more than the others, and it was there that I met most of the community that lingers today. I was either senior or the head admin on the server when Fedora first announced the idea of starting a competitive-styled brawler being hosted on the server. I had been tasked to keep watch. At the time, the NHBL to me was little more than a backyard brawler, where the regulars on the server would come and beat each other up. I mean, if you were to tell me that the NHBL would become what it is today, I doubt that I would have believed you. Being a well-known admin on the server, I was asked to officiate some of the matches, which I agreed to do. I helped officiate the first few seasons and even officiated the Sasha Heavyweight Championship of Season 2, the championship where White Russian Bear was crowned champion. By about Season 3 or 4, I felt that I had enough of officiating and wanted to go off and play some new titles that had my attention more than Team Fortress 2. This is also coincidentally when some, let's say, politics happened on the server, and I felt it was time to move on to others. It was around about Season 6 or 7 when I was asked to become an official again. Yeah, I'd been getting back into TF2 a bit more, and my schedule was open, so I figured I would just be called in to officiate matches at times and not have too much in terms of responsibilities. That's when the EVP of officiating, Fluffy Butt Cheap, announced their retirement from the league, leaving Snake, the SVP, to take his place. Well, who better to become the new SVP than good old DJ? Oh, good. Responsibilities. And more than was originally when I first left, because the league had become a little larger. And there was a lot more in it. At least I'll have someone to help me out with administrative duties, right, Snake? Snake? Snake! To be fair, Snake was around for a full season, all of Season 7 that is, right up until his computer went kaput, leaving me, the washed-up official, who just came back from a long vacation to handle all these sign-ups, recruitments, dispute calls, etc., all on my own. To top it all off, I also decided to do a complete makeover of the NHBL handbook. Yes, that was me, and it took me over 6 hours. About the end of Season 8, I had been officially promoted to EVP, with Spogo being promoted to my old position. Season 9 goes by, and here we are at the end of Season 10, the final season of the league. I gotta say, I was not expecting that kind of news. I do want to thank Fedora for bringing me back, though. I'm sure I've made it sound like I haven't enjoyed being back, but I am happy that I was here to help out and see where the NHBL would go and how far it has gone. I want to thank Spogo for all of his assistance and being there to help on days where I just couldn't. And I want to thank all the officials, especially Simeon Moonfart Flam, for all of their service and upholding the rules and taking time out of their own schedules to be there. And I want to thank the community, all of the community for pretty much subverting my own expectations and growing the NHBL to become a true competitive league, something I never really thought would happen. And now, the final match is upon us. At the start of this month, 16 boxers were primed and ready, and now we're left with 2. Only one shall see victory and be the final champion of the NHBL. To oversee this match, I present to you the Gentleman's Fedora. Give it up. No Fedora? No reaction at all?
I'm live streaming, man. If I were in server, I might do something, but I'm live streaming. I appreciate the warm words, though.
Yeah. Pranks aside, though, I have been asked to be the official of the match, which means that Comfyland and Bright Boy, you're gonna be in my ring. We're gonna have some fun together. And some memories as we finish off the season. Thank you all for allowing me a second speech. Back to you, Bax and Sins.
Yeah, just like that. That was a. You say you're not good at speeches. That was a pretty good speech. I like that. Thank you, Disco DJ, for everything that you've done, and thank you guys for watching here tonight with the Fisties. For Bax, for myself, Sin Synergy, for Fedora streaming, and for everybody who's watching home, and for all of the winners tonight. This is the last time that we'll be gathered for an award ceremony like this in the Superdome, and it is definitely another paper, another part of that history book that I keep referring to throughout the season. Another page written in the history book as we head towards the final chapter next week. Thank you guys for watching on our Twitch channel. Next week, finals, the last match, Comfyland, Bright Boy, the final match in NHBL history. You do not want to miss it. Thank you guys so much. See you all next week. Good night, everybody.
Press conference for the SHC on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. And this is the last time I ever have to live stream. Yes! Yes!
What's that sound? I feel like did we not tell those people upstairs to move out? Oh my god! I'll take care of it. Hold on.